Move your rib cage up on the trail. I'll kind of bump him with my right rein, you know, because if his head goes to the right, then his body will go to the left. And other people make the mistake of, oh, I want him away from the right, so I'm gonna take his head and move it left. Well, then his whole body, you just moved it off the cliff.
Right.
See? So we got to be able to control the rib cage. So today we're going to work on the nose and the rear end. Okay, disengaging the rear end. All right. Do you have any fly spray?
Yeah, let me go.
I can't have him afraid of my tools.
Right.
So I'm going to show him that you know, every day our biggest job is to show the horse that we're not going to hurt it, that there's nothing to be afraid of, no matter what age the horse is, right? So build the trust. So I'm just going to kind of rub him down and make sure he's good with this, not scare him too much. Also, I want him to feel this rope halter, and it's fitting perfectly for him. That's right in the position it should fit. And I just kind of bumped him a little bit. I don't want him to maybe jump and feel it for the first time. So, so I just kind of gave him a little bump so that he'll know that it's there. Okay. So that's not bad. So I'm going to take my rope, and you've probably done some of this with him, and just let him know not to be afraid of it. If he moves, see, I'll just move with him. I'm at about a 45-degree angle to where he can't strike me and he can't kick me.
Okay.
It'd be pretty hard for him to do that. So I'm just going to kind of check him out and get him used to my equipment and throw this rope around him. And he doesn't seem to care at all right there. Always start with the withers and back, okay? Because their whole life is based on being able to protect their feet. So we want to start on the withers and back because that's where they're a little more accepting of it, you know? So when we're washing a horse for the first time, if we're not sure we've ever sprayed them, you know, you definitely, anytime you introduce something to a horse, I wouldn't want to tie him down fast. It causes more anxiety and him to panic and get in a wreck. So if I didn't know if I could wash him down, I would start across the back and withers. Now some people say, yeah, you'll put them in the shock. Well, that's only on a hot day if you've been working them real hard. But if you're, you know, if they've cooled off, and then start there and kind of work your way toward the legs and all that, because they're very sensitive about their legs and feet. So I'm going to kind of do this side too, and see how he reacts. Again, if he goes to move, then I just keep it up, and I don't take it away until he shows me some relaxation. So there's about 5 signs of relaxing. He can start blinking his eyes. He can lick his lips. He can cock his back foot. He can lower his head. He can let out a big breath of air. All those things are signs of relaxing. And when he does, it's important that I reward him and rub him down and all that. So I just want to be able to kind of touch him up everywhere, which obviously this has been done with him, so he's not too afraid of that. Okay, he didn't seem to be worried about my stick much, but I'm going to kind of check him out with my string. So I'm going to beat him to death with my string out of kindness here. So I like the way he's kind of licking on his lips there. Okay. So just to make sure. So whatever we're teaching the horse, I always want to end with a calmer horse than what I started with. So right now he's about as calm as he can be, but he's about to come up when I ask him to do something, right? Okay. So the first thing we want to do is to get those that back end to disengage, okay? Because then I can tie it into when I'm sending him to get him to turn in and be able to send him a different way. Okay. So if I can get him to disengage and face me, so I always want 2 eyes, not 2 heels. Okay. So I'm going to try to teach him to look at us with 2 eyes. All right. So here we go. So here we go. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to tap the air. I'm going to tap him. There we go. Good. Now he's like, why in the world did you do that? So if I rub it away, no matter how hard I've hit him, it just makes it all disappear. So do you see how now I've got his attention? It's important that I kind of stay out of his striking area here. All right, so I'm going to ask him again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very nice. Very nice. So Now we're going to go back and check it. That's why we get more than, 2 math problems on the page. We're going to go back and check it again. Make sure it's all right. So here we go. There we go. Good. So kind of bump that nose over there. Good. Let him know that's all I want. Good. We're going to go back here. There it is. So the first time he didn't quite step over, did he? Then the second time he did. It was like, yes, sir, I'm going to step over. Very nice. Yeah, big sigh of air. Did you hear that? So I'm going to reward him here. Let him know everything's good. Let's come in here one more time. Good.
So you want him to cross over his
Very
feet?
nice.
You
I want him to step over.
Okay.
So there was only one time where he missed it.
Okay.
Okay. Now the reason I did it that many times is because I kind of read in him that he was pretty relaxed about it. So I thought, well, I'm going to ask him for several.
Yeah.
And he's got such a good nature about him.
He does.
Already I can tell that he didn't mind giving me